Hey, you got your valve covers on. You evenly torqued them. Go around with the mirror, see if you can go around it. If you have any questions about it, so you can see the coloring of the manifold, or not the manifold, the valve cover gaskets are blue. Then you want to put your spark plugs in. Put your spark plugs in, torque them to like 12 to 14 foot-pounds. Put it on anti-seize on the threads. Drop your coils. Drop your coils in. Before you do that, put some dilated grease inside the boots, and put some on the upper seal. Help keep the water out and elements. Push them in there. Connect your connectors. Put your bolts in. Put some anti-seize on your bolt threads just a little bit. Push the coil down. Tighten your bolt. Make sure your harness is on. And your back harness is in the back. It clips on the two clips in the back of the valve cover. Clip on down. Got this one. Snaps in down below. Put your bolt in for your power steering line. The metal one. It's in the back there, right there. And you got the front one. Got this line. Put your bracket on, that stud you did for the alternator. The curved part faces to the engine. And then we'll do the harnesses. Okay, you got your harnesses for your solenoids and your sensors plugged in. And don't forget about the right ABS wire that plugs in along with it and all this stuff, because you unplugged it to get it out of the way. Don't forget to plug that one back in. And put this bracket on, 2 little 10 millimeters. Then you can put this big bracket on. But now you got the fuse panel up out of the way. So now you can put this in here. Make sure you tighten those 2 big 18 millimeters good and tight, because that supports the engine on the top up here. Okay, I got the fuse panel bracket back in there. It's 2 bolts. There's one here and one there. And 2 nuts and a bolt. And I plugged in my connector down there and fastened that to the bracket. And then I got my power line. Goes on the outside. Comes through that way. Yeah, wiggle in there. And you got your other connector connected. And then fastened to the bracket. And you got your alternator. One coming up, goes underneath. Got those done. They're tight. The nut. And now we'll get, maybe the upper hose might be it now. Okay, you want to weasel this insulator in there. Held in by 110 millimeter. Pushes in, make sure you tuck it in behind underneath this line here. Heater hose. Okay, do that before you put your intake on, because it will not go in with the intake on, so do it before the intake. Put your intake on, get your 6 bolts, tighten them up equally, and you gotta stick your PCV line in there, see how that is. And then put it in there and you turn it, it locks in place. Put it on in the back. Get it back in there. Here, clip. Give it a little pull. Make sure it don't pull off. Now you can finish doing your harness. Put the upper radiator hose on. And then put the power steering reservoir on. Get rid of them stupid clamps. Put some regular hose clamps on there. And go around, do your harness wire as best you can. Coolant reservoir. Let's see. It bolts up to there. There's a wire harness that goes behind it. Clips up to there. And goes around the back side of it. So when you put the reservoir down in here, it goes into a little bracket right there. And it goes into another bracket down there. And you put your bolts in, and then put your AC line on that clamp. Tighten those up. Make sure you shove your hose through there. Got it? Got it. Push it on there. Make sure it's a little tight. Okay. And I think next thing would be the vacuum pump, or whatever the hell that thing is. Install the vacuum pump next. Don't forget to plug it in. Okay. Plugs in there. Goes around the top. Comes over here. Goes underneath the AC line. Goes into the booster. Evap hose. Plug the evap solenoid in. Replace your air filter. If you're going to do it now. Plug the mass airflow in. Put your air tube in. Center it so this breather goes on there properly. Tighten your clamps up. Raise it up. Put your motor mount nut on and your trans mount nut on. Put your inner skirt back in. Put your tire on. And tighten your lug nuts. Those are like 120, 140. And make sure your drain plug is in. And then lower it down, and you're gonna do your oil filter, and then do your oil. Put your oil in, your 6 quarts with a filter. Okay, put oil in it. It's gonna take a little bit more than 6 quarts because I had it drain a long time. Also, put your oil in it, power steering fluid, put some coolant in it, connect your battery. Over here, we'll start it. Oops. Good, sounds good so far. Turn the wheel back and forth. Get the air out of the power steering. Shut it off. Double check your oil level, power steering level. Let it run. You're gonna get hot. And then when it gets done taking all the coolant it can take, except for dripping, put the cap back on, take it for a ride, double check your coolant, and then go check your codes, clear your codes, take it for another ride. All your fluids are good. Put your cover on, and then you're done. Thank you.